We have left Coventry Basin, topped up with water, and we make our way back to Hawkesbury Junction. Watch out for the row of elegant weavers' houses, where the accommodation was on the 2 lower floors, with the top storey being occupied by looms, driven by a single shaft from a steam engine. We duck under the M6 Motorway and continue to Hawkesbury Junction. Here the Coventry Canal meets the North Oxford Canal, and we take a sharp right turn through the 7-inch stop lock known as Sutton Stop, after the family who once lived in the adjacent cottage. We moor for 5 days about a mile south of the junction before continuing our southward journey on the North Oxford Canal. We pass through some open countryside and steep embankments before mooring just past Bridge 34 at Brinklow.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning, everyone.
And welcome to our vlog. You join us on a
Hot summery day.
hot summery day. That'll do me.
Yeah.
That'll do me. And where are we, honey? A couple of my mates just gone past.
We have just left Coventry Basin. Well, we're actually
They're coming back now. Look, here they come.
We're
No,
still.
Where have we gone?
We have just left Coventry Basin. Bridge number 1 is just behind us.
Just
You
behind
could
us.
probably just about see it.
Just see it
Yeah, we're at the water point. We're
at the water point.
stopped at the water point. The water point is this side of the bridge, whereas the other facilities are the other side of the bridge.
Yeah.
We only stayed a night.
Just one night.
Yeah, we ummed, didn't we? I mean, it's already midday now, and we said, shall we stay, shan't we stay? Everything's closed. There's well, the only shops that are open are the food shops.
Poundland's open.
Poundland, yeah, that sort of shop. Anything that sells a bit of food is open.
Too many people though.
But there's quite a few people milling around. And in this climate, we kind of didn't really want to stay too long.
No.
None of the cathedral, obviously, that we would have liked to have seen, and the motor museum is all closed.
They're all closed, so.
So we didn't really see much point in staying. We got what we wanted from the shops.
Yeah.
We went into well, actually,
Couple of
no, we
shops.
didn't get entirely what we wanted.
No, but we got most of what we wanted.
Most of what we wanted from the shops there. And we ummed and ahed about leaving this morning. We were going to stay for another couple of days, but the weather's set to change, and I mean, we just didn't want to be there. It was quite quiet, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was nice actually.
It wasn't that bad.
Very bright,
It was,
and the,
yeah, night time.
Lots of street lights.
It was very lit up at night time.
Yeah, and there's CCTV there.
yeah.
It feels quite safe.
Yeah, and it was fairly quiet. There's only a couple of boats there. There was only us and one other boat.
Yeah.
And there was quite a lot of space there because the hire boats, the rental boats that are normally there, none of them were there, were they? So
no.
You could moor both sides of the arm.
Yeah. But anyway, so we're gonna move on.
Yeah, we decided a bit late in the day. Well, it's like I said, midday. We're going to move on.
Yeah.
I think we're going to stop at Tesco's on the way again.
Yeah, on the way back.
And then back up to Hawkesbury Junction.
Yeah.
And we're going to stop there for a couple of days before moving on down the North Oxford.
North Oxford, yeah.
Yeah.
Should be good. So
Yeah.
let's get going.
Yeah. So
Come along with us.
Yeah, we'll see you in a bit.
Don't need your coat.
No.
Probably need a hat and sunglasses.
And sun cream.
Sun cream as well, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
come along and we'll have show you some sights on the way.
Yeah. Speak to you
Speak to you
soon.
later. Bye.
That is one of a series of sculptures between Coventry Basin and Hawkesbury Junction.
These are nice places along here. Some kind of factory, I would think, years ago, turned into nice little houses. Matlock Road.
So on this bridge is some examples of the artwork that you can see up this throughout this canal. Well, from Coventry Basin to this junction anyway. So we're just actually approaching Hawkesbury Junction, and we've got to do. So this bridge was forged by the Britannia Foundry in Derby in 1837. At a cost of £630. The Greyhound pub across the way there, that used to be the toll houses. Lots of disputes here between these two canals, the Oxford Canal and the Coventry Canal, with regards to tolls. So this is Sutton Stop lock, named after the family who looked after it for 100 years, and there's a difference of around about 7 inches apparently.
Round the corner is our first lock that we must, can't remember the last lock we did, but it was probably 3 months ago. And Arlene's got to work out how to do it. It's only a stop lock, so it shouldn't be too bad. Looks like she's worked it out. Quite amazing. All I've got to do now is work out how to get in there. That wasn't so bad. How many months since we've done a lock? About 4 months.
So we are now on the Oxford Canal, a completely new canal to us, and we've finished the whole of the Coventry Canal now. So that's another one ticked off the list, and another one waiting to be ticked off. So we've moored up here. You can hear some traffic noise. We are between the M6 and the M69. So you can hear a bit of traffic noise, but it's not too bad. Other than that, we're probably about a mile from Hawkesbury Junction, and heading south down the North Oxford Canal. So, like I said, a new canal for us.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning, everyone.
And welcome to our vlog.
You can't do it, can you? You can't say good morning without welcome to our vlog. This is the middle of the video. You don't need to say welcome to our vlog.
Good morning, everybody. I like saying good morning, everybody. And they like it as well, don't you?
I know they do.
Don't you?
I know they do.
Just put it in the comments below and complain.
I didn't say don't say good morning. I just said don't say welcome to our vlog.
Why not?
Because it's the middle of the video. Let's get on with it anyway. Come on.
Hello, everybody.
Anyway, what comes after welcome to our vlog?
You join us on a blooming cold day.
Yeah.
We've got our coats on. What happened to the summer?
Yeah, I know.
Where did it go? Who nicked it? One of you's nicked it.
Well, I'm back to 4 layers. So
I've got 3 layers on.
4 layers, jeans and
And
walking boots.
Cold.
Anyway, yesterday on this video, which was 5 days ago,
Yeah.
it was beautiful and sunny.
Yeah.
And 5 days later, we've had rain and thunderstorms.
Yeah.
So
Dard.
this is the first dry day. We don't cruise in the rain anymore.
Don't go out in the rain.
Not if we can help it.
No.
We do occasionally, but not if we can help
No.
it. So this is the first dry day, so we're moving on. We're going to need shopping fairly soon.
Water.
And water, yeah. So we're on a new canal.
Yeah. We was on a new canal on the last one.
Oh no, because we'd actually been on the Coventry for quite a while, hadn't we?
Okay.
We were on the Coventry before we went up the Ashby.
Okay.
But we just spent 11 weeks up the Ashby.
Yeah.
So we came onto the Coventry after we came off the Ashby, and now we're on the North Oxford heading south.
Yep.
So we'll see how we go from there, shall we?
Yeah, what's coming
A
up?
little bit of history.
Yeah,
This
go on
was
then, a little
built
bit of
in
history.
the
Go on then.
1770s
Mm.
as a contour canal by James Brindley. But by the 1820s, it was pretty outdated because it was a contour canal.
Too wiggly.
Yeah, it wasn't very competitive, so they had to they shaved off 11 miles. So yeah, that's a little bit of history, and we'll see what else we can find on the way.
Yeah. Join us. Come along, you will need your coats today, I'll tell you. And
Yeah, at least a light coat.
I nearly
anyway.
put my woolly hat on and my
Yeah.
gloves.
Yeah. So
And
we've got to collect water on the way.
So yeah, you remember to stop then.
Yeah, and then I'm not sure how far we're going. We're going to go somewhere between here and Rugby, because at Rugby there is some shops.
Yeah.
And by that time we're going to need some shopping.
Yeah.
So
Keep the comments going, because we love the comments.
Jean-Louis and Q, they comment regularly.
Do they?
Yeah, so thanks for your comments.
Thanks for your comments. Really nice to.
And there's lots of others that comment regularly
Yeah.
as well, but he's put me on the spot. So.
Yeah. Right, we better get going.
So we'll see you at the other end.
Speak to you later.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.
So Pat is demooring, and as we said just now, we've been here for 5 days. It's fairly quiet here actually, although you can hear some road noise from the motorway. I think it was the M6, I think it is. And we've not got any views, but actually had some lovely bird song in the mornings. And there is an electricity pylon. We're down there and a lot further back, so we're surrounded by them, so we've not been able to get the drone out, although it has been really windy, so probably wouldn't have been able to get the drone out anyway. It's going to do the splits. Look. So we're off. Heading south down the North Oxford Canal. So this would have been one of the loops that would have been shaved off in the 1820s. Now belongs to the Coventry Cruising Club.
It's a tight gap to get into.
Strange, isn't it? To the right of us, there's quite a high corrugated fence, and just the other side of that fence is the M6, and we've travelled the M6 many times, and yet just here, right beside the M6, running parallel with it, is a completely different world. It's such a strange feeling to know what it's like that side and have the noise and the hustle and bustle and all of that, and then come to this side of the canal and have the birds singing and the insects and the trees and all the rest of it.
I know where I'd rather be.
Is it?
Some of these bridges are quite big and quite wide here, after we've been used to the little tiny stone bridges on the Ashby. These seem really big. Muddy towpaths in places. That's what's 5 days of heavy showers and rainy weather does. So this section of the canal is in an embankment, so we've got some hills both sides. So we're assuming that this bit is one of the newer bits, done in the 1820s, because it's quite straight here. So this must be avoiding a loop somewhere.
Sure if she's going to be able to operate it.
So there's a little arm just there where that dock is, and that would have been another loop where the canal was straightened out, now used to see if there's anything further down, and so far there isn't. I've come across this little iron bridge, which would have been one of the original bridges. And that's where the canal would have carried on at some point in the early days. It's all overgrown now, but I'm going to carry on walking this way to see if we can moor up somewhere.
Doesn't go anywhere though, does it?
Well, we'll take it easy. It's probably a fallen tree branch or something sticking out. That obviously came down with a bit of a crash. Bit of a slide there as well. Blimey. Yeah, a bit of a landslide.
So we've ended up mooring up on these visitor moorings. There are a few boats here already, but it doesn't look as if there's anybody in them at the moment, and one or two of them look as if they've been moored here for quite some time. We are in front of a CRT boat here, and there's another couple of boats there. But the reason we moored here was because we tried mooring a couple of places on the way down and couldn't get in. And we don't want to go all the way into Rugby today. So we thought we'd put more up here, even if it's just for a couple of days. They don't look too bad. The towpath's nice and wide here actually. And we have got a bit of a view either side. So that's not too bad. So we're going to stay here for a couple of days. We've got a couple of days food left, and then we'll move on to Rugby and get some shopping. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment down below and subscribe if you haven't already done so. It really does make a difference. And once you've subscribed, you can hit the bell icon and YouTube will notify you of any further videos. Don't forget to subscribe. And once you've subscribed, you can hit the bell icon and YouTube will notify you when we release future videos. So thanks for watching.